Alright, tricks and trickers, time for the penultimate episode review of the day with The Enemy. The Enterprise responds to a Romulan distress signal coming from the Galordan Core, a planet near the neutral zone with severe radiologic storms that interfere with transporters and communications. Riker, Worf, and LaForge transport down through a window in the storms and discover wreckage of a Romulan craft on hostile planet's surface. Worf finds a Romulan survivor near death and subdues him. While Riker and Worf take the Romulan back to the beacon for a transport back to the ship, LaForge ends up falling into a hidden hole. Riker and Worf try to find him, but are forced to leave before the transport window in the storms closes. By the time Geordi has climbed out, it is impossible to communicate with the Enterprise. Aboard the ship, Dr. Crusher attends to the Romulan, finds that he is also suffering severe neurological damage due to the planet's storms, and that she needs to locate a matching donor of a rare variety of ribosomes to keep him alive. But Captain Picard asks for suggestions on how to locate Geordi. Wesley Crusher offers the idea of launching a probe onto the planet's surface that will send a neutrino signal that could be detected by LaForge's visor, lead him to the probe, and allow him to use it to signal he is alright and able to return to the ship during the next storm window. As they launch him under the probe, the Enterprise detects a communication from the Romulan commander Tomalak. When they hail him to inform him that the Romulans violated the treaty by entering Federation space, he brushes this off as a misunderstanding and explains that the craft went off course due to a malfunction. Picard informs him that they found a survivor, and after getting assurances that the crashed craft only had the one occupant, agrees to meet Tomalak at the neutral zone to deliver the survivor. Several crew members suggested a more aggressive response, but Picard warns his crew that they must handle the situation delicately to avoid setting up another war between the Federation and the Romulan Empire. Good idea. On the surface, LaForge discovers a probe signal, but while following its guidance, is captured by Bokra, another Romulan survivor of the crash. Though Bokra holds LaForge hostage, he feels that he is losing feeling in his legs from the crash, while Geordi notes he is starting to have problems seeing through his visor, leading him to conclude that the storms are causing neurological damage, upping the ante that they must get off the planet to survive. LaForge manages to convince him to take his chances with the Federation, and as they head out to the probe, Geordi succumbs to the neurological damage and is unable to see through his visor. Bokra suggests connecting the visor to the tricorder using the combined technology to be able to direct them to the probe, and the two work together to overcome their physical disabilities to make it there. Yay! On the ship, Worf is found as the only suitable donor for the dying Romulan, but he refuses due to his grudge with the Romulan race for killing his parents. Picard urges Worf to put his duty to Starfleet over his honor as a Klingon, but is all for naught when the Romulan succumbs to his wounds and dies. Aww. Tomalak, irate that the Enterprise wasn't at the designated waiting point at the agreed-upon time, violates the treaty and appears in front of the Enterprise at the planet. Picard is forced to report that the Romulan crewman had died, which infuriates Tomalak, and he prepares to his weapons to fire at the Enterprise. As the Enterprise raises its shields, they discover LaForge has reached the probe with another life form. Picard warns Tomalak they are lowering their shields to beam up the survivors directly to the bridge. When they arrive, Bokra reports to Tomalak that LaForge had helped save his life. Tomalak accepts this and stands down his weapons. Bokra consciously thanks LaForge for his help and his return to the Romulans, and the Enterprise escorts Tomalak's ship back to the neutral zone without further incident. Phew, that was a bit of a close one, huh? So I say this is a pretty good episode, and who knows, maybe at some point the Romulans and the Federation will be at peace. So overall, I give The Enemy 4 warp cores out of 5. We'll join you in a bit for the final episode review of the day with The Price. So, until then, live long and prosper, everybody.